Alright, I'm going to go over some of the more basic Linux commands. Hopefully this will help get you started. I know some people haven't touched the command line up to this point, so I'm just going to go over some of these commands that'll probably help you out. The first one that's good to know is the ls command. This just shows you the contents of whatever folder you're in. A lot of times people in Linux call them directories, but directory and folder mean the same thing. So if you look here, I have an ASU folder, I have a Chandler Gilbert folder, and then 2 homework text files. You can do different flags too, like ls-l will show you some more information about the contents of the folder, like shows you the edit time, the last time edited. It shows you the permissions here, some of the file size information, and then like the owner and creator and stuff. You can do ls-t, which sorts them in order of most recently edited, but that is not really interesting to look at if you don't do this. So you can combine flags, so now you have the more information about the files, and then they're sorted in order of most recently edited. A lot of times with Linux commands, there's a manual page for them, and you can get to that by typing man. In this case, we'll do ls, but you can do man like whatever command you're using. And then you got to use your arrow keys to navigate here, but you can also use page up and down, I guess. But we'll look. So here's the -l flag that we used. Long listing format. If we go down further, we should find the -t. Sort by time. So that's good to know. Just sometimes these are helpful to look through. Yeah. So this is a brief description. Here we go. There's the description. But you can hit Q to exit. Another thing that's good to do is to be able to navigate the system. So you can do that by using CD. So CD stands for change directory. So if we go to ASU, now I'm in my ASU folder, and let's say since we're in fall, I want to go to the fall folder. And now I just did some like mock classes here, but you could do CD CSE 310, and so now we have an examples folder, a homework folder, and a project folder. Let's check out examples. So here I have a bunch of text files, and the text files, everything. So the text files just contain the name of the file. So exam1.txt is just a text file that says exam1 and so on. But I have exam 1 through 3, example 1 through 3, and then example 11 through 13. Just because I'm going to show you some things. So one thing that's good to know is the cat command, which just displays file content. So if I do cat exam.txt, you can see it just prints out the file to the console, so exam1. Sometimes you want to do something a little more broad without having to type cat exam1, cat exam2, cat exam3. So like let's say we wanted to see all the example files, so we could do cat example star.13, or I'm sorry, star.txt. So this is going to print all the example files you can see here, because the star operator is just saying match this expression. So example something after it or not. This could be empty .txt. So you can see like all these example files fall under this umbrella here. And then if you wanted to do all the exam files, print all the exam files only, it might seem pretty obvious that you would just do exam star.txt, but you got to be careful because example and exam both start with exam, and then they fall under this star umbrella. So it's really easy if you're using this, if you're not careful, to include things you don't mean to. Like if you wanted to remove a file, rm is the remove command. It just means delete. So let's say I wanted to delete all the examples that are greater than 10. So I could do example1 star.txt. And that sounds good, but if you look, I accidentally, quote unquote, accidentally deleted example 1, because that's still, this is example 1 with nothing after it, .txt, falls under this. So you got to be careful using that command. One thing you can do is pwd. This is just print working directory. This is the same thing as if you were in a Windows computer and you did, maybe you click on your downloads folder and your file path might be something like, C drive, users, your name, and then downloads. This is just home, Michael, ASU, fall, 310, examples. So that's the file path to get here. So to go backwards in the directories, you're going to want to do cd ... will take you to the directory previous. So now we went from examples to 310. you can do cd dot dot forward slash dot dot, and that will get you two directories back. So you can see we went from 310 back to ASU here. This is kind of tedious to get back to the home directory if you are far away like we were here. So now we have, you know, it wouldn't really make sense to do cd dot dot slash dot dot like 5 times. So you can just do cd with no parameters and it will take you back to the home directory. Now if we do that, we're back in the Michael directory all the way back from examples here. So another good thing to know is how to make and remove directories. So if I go to okay, so suppose you get to class and the professor says something like, okay, we're going to have only 2 homeworks this semester, and when you get home you remember him saying 4. So you can do make dir, which is make directory, and you say, okay, I want to make a homework folder for each homework. So you could do homework 1, and you could do homework 2. And so now if you look, we have homework 1 and homework 2, but it would kind of be tedious to do make dir homework 1 like over and over again. So what you can do is you can do make dir homework 3, homework 4, and now you can see we have 4 homework folders. These last 2 I made with this command. So you can do more than one folder at a time when you do make dir. And then let's say after you check the syllabus, you're like, oh, actually he only said 2, so I don't need all 4. Then you can do rmdir, which is remove directory, and you can do homework 4. And now if you look, that folder is gone. We deleted it. This command will not work if you have something in the directory or folder you're trying to delete. So if I do homework 3, and I just make a example text file here. If I do example cd. Okay, so now there's a text file in homework 3. So if I try to do remove dir homework 3, yeah, see, look, remove dir failed to remove homework 3 directory is not empty. So there's 2 ways you can go about deleting a directory like this. The first way is to go into the homework 3 directory and do the remove command on the text file and delete it that way, and then go back to the homework directory and then delete homework 3. Another thing you can do, but this is something you need to be careful with because it's pretty unforgiving. So if you do rm/rf, what this is saying is remove recursively and forcefully, and then if you say homework 3, what's happening is what it's going to do is it's going to look at everything in this directory, and if there's another folder in there, it's going to look in that folder, and so on until it gets to the end of the nested folders, and it's going to delete everything all the way back up. It's going scorched earth. Everything in homework 3 all the way down is going to be deleted, and there's no way to recover it. So it's important to be sure that if you're using this command, you are very certain that you do not need anything in homework 3 or anything that is inside of a folder that's inside homework 3. So this is just something to keep in mind. So if we do that, now we look, there's only 2 homework folders. And so let's say that we want to be a little more organized. And if you remember, I have homework 1 text and homework 2 text here. And I say I want to move them into these homework directories because I made them for that reason. There's 2 commands you can use for this. One of them is the cp command, which is copy. And you can do homework 1, which is so the first parameter of cp of copy is the thing you want to copy, and then the second parameter is where do you want to copy it to. So in this case, we want to copy it to the homework 1 directory. And then the other thing you can do is move the mv command, and we could do the same thing with homework 2 and give it the homework 2 folder. Okay, so now if you look, we don't have homework 2 in here anymore, and that's because move will take this file and actually move it into this directory at the end here that we specified. Copy will copy this file and then put a copy in homework 1. So we still have homework 1 here, and then if I go to these, let's go to the homework directory. Oh, oops. There we go. So if we go to homework 1, you can see that homework1.text is there, and then if we go to homework 2, you can see that homework2.text is there. And I think that should be enough to get you started. So hopefully this helps.